Meeting to order at 5:59 p.m. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, how's everyone doing?
Awesome. The sun is out.
Sun is out. 2 days in a row.
Yeah, the breeze is blowing, the black flies are down a little bit.
Right.
Well, yeah, the breeze helps.
All right. Bill, did you have a chance to look over these?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any amendments?
No.
All right. Make a motion that we accept these minutes as written.
I second it.
All in favor? All right, warrants number 42 and 43, expenses $130,334.47, checks $15,977 through $15,997, receipts of $94,235.35, receipts 956 through 2138, percent of 2023 real estate taxes collected year to date is 97.3.
Ooh, that's up.
It's up, and 2024 is at 90.4.
Tight race.
It's a tight race. It
Yes.
is. We're gonna get it. It's all right. Marianne, you have something for open session? What do we got? Oh, nice.
Hold it.
You're good. You got it. Does anyone else have anything for open session?
I have something briefly, yes.
Okay. All right, Marianne, you want to go ahead?
Yes. I received communication from Derek Gagnon from DWI, and I believe Norma had also had a communication indicating that they're close to completing all work in Sumner. And DWI and the Maine Connectivity Authority would like to celebrate that completion with some type of a celebration. We started this process back in 2017, and there was we thought we were going to have something to celebrate in January of 2020, but that didn't materialize.
Sure.
And then we moved to the next phase, was what's been happening over the last 2 years. And so we're glad that all the efforts of a committee of like almost 50 people that were, not a committee, but we had a committee of about 6. And Ed Hinshaw and I, Larry Rourke, Haley Bullocks, and Phil Glass at some point was involved, and there was a Mike Sabin who lived on Lebanon Farm Road, who worked on the committee to get us started with Maine West, and we really select board and supported that process, and glad to see that it's finally coming to fruition, and we'd like to say that it was a good thing, say it is a good thing. It's good to have more options for us as residents and in western and rural Maine.
Sure.
So
Do they have something in mind, or like a date, or?
they're thinking late July. I don't know, Norma, did he give you any more details?
No, I handed them off to Diane.
Mike could not make that decision, so.
If only gets us some details on what they're thinking.
I think they're thinking, well, what he said so far is the MCA and then their Karen Day, which is their operations officer, would like to come and have some type of a celebration. I don't know if it will be a ribbon cutting or what, but
Sure.
toward the end of July.
Sure. Did you have something, Terry?
I did, I had a question for Mary Ann. Mary Ann, with these wicked high speeds coming in with GWI, do we have to have all new equipment to be able to get that clarity and the reception? Because we're kind of in a valley, and it doesn't matter what our speed is. For some reason, the mountains interfere with our reception.
This is fiber.
Oh, so it's in
This
this.
is
a
totally different.
physical line,
This is
so
a
you
physical
should be
line
better
that
with
comes to you, and should have no impact because of
Interesting.
geography.
Don't we have fiber now? Interesting.
We have fiber, I don't know if you have fiber on your road.
We have fiber, but I mean, our reception is just.
So Not that good.
No.
Well, I mean, you got an option now.
Yep.
We'll try something new.
Yeah.
So they have three range of rates, the 500, 750, and a gig.
Yep.
So, and you can also get your local phone line.
Alright. Alright, well, we'll get some more details and we'll figure out something. Would have been good at town meeting, but that's probably a little short notice.
Well, it's not on the warrant, and it's
Right.
kind of a separate thing.
Sure.
So I think we
Yeah.
can do something in July, but I think they're looking more at the end of July.
Okay, cool. Bonnie, what do you have for us?
Some of you may be aware that the swap shop is closed for 2 weeks for an overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
And so today, they packed up everything on the right-hand side in boxes, put it on the left-hand side, and pulled up all the rugs, because the intention is to take and just paint the subfloors and have a water hot mat in the entry. Well, part of that process, they also went up into the ceiling and found out where there were leaks where like mice and rats could get into, and there's a mold problem there. So I know Sarah Beth Nickel is going to make some calls to try to get some of that fixed, the leak, the mold, and some of the subfloor so they can paint it. So I just wanted to bring it forward to the town in case there might be a possibility that they could help. And I've got Sarah's number if anybody wants it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the people are doing the repairs and the painting? There's no
Yes.
company coming in? Okay.
Yeah,
You can
well,
sign me up.
okay, well, Sarah is going to take and make calls because of the mold and
Right.
that, but yeah, the painting is the people painting.
People
Yeah, so today, new volunteers came to help, and while they were there, 2 more people signed up as volunteers.
That's great.
Yeah,
Nice.
awesome, yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty. Ms. Freno, you have an update for us.
Yes,
Alright.
and a question.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. So, in order for any school district in our state to plan their budget, they have to get this form from the state, and the formula was devised by the legislature. How they got there, I have no idea. It's all convoluted. It's called an ED 279, and every school district has one, and it changes every year. Apparently, it costs a bunch of money to get them. I never even saw it on the budget, the school budget that we looked at, but as we are looking into whether we can afford to pull away from RSU 10, we need to get an ED 279. Our committee has no authority over anything. So we are asking the select boards of all 3 towns for permission to ask for this form. One of our committee members was able to get it for us for free. We do not have to pay for it.
Awesome.
They're gonna give us one for Sumner, one for Hartford, one for Buckfield, as if we were standalone,
Mm-hmm.
and one for the 3 towns together. So
Okay.
that way we have, this year, it's gonna change by the
Sure.
time we're ready to do, if we are ready to do anything. But at least it will give us a closer estimate or guesstimate about where we start.
Mhm.
I also am researching who we talk to about the ED 279 formula and how to get it changed or simplified or explained better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
looking for permission. So
You have our permission.
thank you,
Absolutely.
thank you. That was it.
Alright.
Any questions?
Perfect.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, what are some of the major obstacles you've already addressed? I know you've just had 1 or 2 meetings.
We've had 4 meetings. The first one was just lay papers on the table. We are trying to figure out exactly what our costs are. The way that they have configured their budget, they're in cost centers rather than per school. So that if you wanted to know
how much regular education costs at Hartford Sumner Elementary School, you have to go to that cost center and you have to weed through Rumford Elementary and Mountain Valley Middle School and Buckfield, and so you have to find it, and it's in teeny tiny print. And so we're going through this document that has hundreds of pages. And there are 10 different cost centers, and so we're kind of weeding through that to pull out the information that we need. Because quite frankly, I don't care what they spend at Mountain Valley Middle School. But I wanna know, what does it cost us for heating at Hartford Sumner? That's one of the costs that we have to think about. So, and we're not even close to knowing all of the other things we need to ask about. The next step for us, I believe, is that we are going to say to you, here's what we've researched, here's what we found out so far. Do you, the citizens, want us to keep going with this process? Because if all 3 towns are not together on this process, we can't do it. I mean, we could, but it would be ridiculously expensive, more expensive. And I guess if Hartford doesn't wanna join us, that they could always tuition their kids to us, or Hebron Academy, or South Paris, or wherever they want. But, you know, I'm hoping tomorrow I'm on the agenda, going to Hartford, so we'll find out. So.
What about the physical plants? Is any clarity on what is the access to the plant and what it costs might be?
No, I don't know. Neil is the numbers expert on our committee. I know that we own the buildings. I know that the Mountain Valley folks have said that their brand new community school is big enough for all the kids in RSU 10.
Yeah.
So where we go from there, I don't know. We will be responsible for upkeeping our buildings. We own the school buildings, but we don't own the buses. So we have to figure
Is anyone on the committee that has any experience with managing a school district or a school program?
No. We're just in the research part of it. Just picking brains. We've also contacted someone from Richmond, and they were the last town to withdraw from a consolidation. And when Dixfield and Peru and Canton withdrew, their paperwork was, I think Neil said, 20 pages. Richmond paperwork was 50 pages. There's 22 steps, but heaven knows how much paperwork comes in all of that. And I do know that we need to find a lawyer. So I'm hoping that there's a lawyer somewhere out there who'll take pity on us and help us.
Who makes the final decision on to grant you withdrawal or not?
The citizens of our town make a decision.
Have to go to town
It
vote.
has to go to a town vote.
And then it goes to the state.
The state has to approve it?
Yes, then we have this big, if the citizens want to withdraw, that's part of that 22-step process. Then we put it to a vote with each town. Then we take it to the state and we tell them we want a divorce.
So Sumner and Buckfield are on board, but Hartford is on,
Hartford is not there yet. We're gonna talk more to them and see what they wanna do.
Yeah, I don't think it's that they're not, I don't think you know that they're not on board.
No, I don't.
They just don't have a volunteer on the committee.
Right, we don't have anybody from Hartford on the committee who can
But
tell
they
us.
did, several attended the last meeting.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Several did attend the last meeting.
And I believe, Stacy, you said somebody actually said they wanted to join the committee.
2 people told me that they did want to join the committee, and then I heard that one other Hartford resident was also interested.
That's
So-
great, that's great. We'll take anybody that wants to join.
Right.
So, because everybody gets an assignment, everybody gets to get into the weeds of all of this information that we have to come up with. And we want it to be clear, not like what we're dealing with right now. If you went to that meeting, there is not a chance that they can tell you where they spent money for what.
No, they cannot answer one
Right,
question
they cannot.
specifically.
No, yeah.
They're in charge of $42 million this
Yeah.
budget.
Yes.
It's crazy.
That explains everything.
And it appears to me that when I asked a question about reducing the salaries of administration, because I think they're pretty top heavy.
Yeah.
They said, this is a negotiated contract, you can't change those numbers. So they negotiate the contract before the budget. I think that's backwards. I think they should say, this is our budget, you know, and we have to live within this budget, and if you only get a 2% raise rather than a 5.5% raise, then that's what stays within the budget. But who knows? They're apparently allowed to move money from one cost center to another without anybody's permission.
Now you won't.
Well, we
Only
voted
5%.
Voted that down.
We voted it down. Now it's gotta go to referendum,
Yeah, it
so it's
does.
over 5% in the cost center. So it's all good that we all stuck around till 11
Yeah.
PM,
Yes,
cause that was literally like the second to the last.
it was the second to last thing, yeah.
I know.
But our intention is to make sure everything is really clear, so that you can say, we think it's gonna cost us, I don't know, how much did they say they were spending on 2 school buses? $280,000?
What?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I said, why can't we buy one? And I got a whole bunch of nonsense for an answer. We're gonna get a rebate.
There's some outstanding bonds out there on.
No, we have no debt with them unless they take out something now. So we have to be super careful and hope that they don't take on any more debt, because then that goes with us,
Right,
so. But right now, the state, gee, I wonder where the state gets all its money. The state is paying for the school, the community school.
I also spoke with the select person from Byron, and they pull out, and they tuition their students, they don't have that many. But the process, so I'm hearing the committee say that they're really talking to other towns.
Yes,
that
we are.
And the kind of the learning curve and the experience
Yes.
curve smooths itself after several years. You don't make it right away, you have to kind of
Right.
have.
What I have heard is, the first thing that Jason told me, Jason is the president of the Deerville Middle School, and he said, listen guys, divorce is expensive. He said the first 3 years were horrible, absolutely horrible. Now, they're 7 years out. They have done all of the repairs on their buildings. They saved enough money to build a garage for their school buses and hire a mechanic to keep them. Their buildings are in great shape. You know, everything is much, much, much improved in that 7 years.
How about students, how are they doing? Better, I hope?
I guess, yeah. I did hear that our 6th grade in Hartford Sumner are got the best scores in the state.
Wow.
There's one right out there. Huh? That's my boy.
So we have to raise the tuition for anybody coming in because we have good record.
I don't know how all that's gonna work, so we'll see. There's also stuff that we can't predict, you know. Apparently, there's still something going on with the water, although you said the water was better. So, there's all kinds of things we don't know yet. One of the suggestions that I really liked, Neil suggested that the school board members must go to each school building at least once a month. See what's going on, get the lay of the land, see how things are going, and I think that's great. I don't think any of those school board people have been in a school building to actually see what's going on for a long time. I might be wrong, but. So I think those are good suggestions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
unless you have any other
Good.
questions, I'm good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Planning board report. Jeff.
Good afternoon. The planning board approved 2 building notifications and had to table a third. This was last week. And just carrying on with the new CEO. We're really happy to have him. He's doing a lot of good stuff for the town and advising us very well. The planning board would like to schedule our joint select board / planning board for the 15 July 25, if that works for the select board.
Yep, does that work for you, Bill?
Yep, okay.
Works for Bill, so we're gonna do it. Bill's on board.
Sounds good. Other than that, we don't have anything for you. Do you have anything for us?
No, sir. Yeah, Calvin's a wealth of knowledge for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, good. He has good
Good
experience.
addition. Thank you very much for finding me.
Well, since you're still on the floor here, Jeff, I'm giving you my wholehearted support in your bid for this seat. And I think that you'll do a good job, and Cheryl and I picked you up a little something to help you along down the road with it. Don't get jealous.
I remember doing nothing.
What'd you get him?
We gotta see it. You gotta tell everybody the story.
Okay, so when I was a kid, my mom would drag us down to Bill's vegetable stand. I'm pretty sure. He never shook my hand and said, "Hi, I'm Bill Savage, and you're gonna get to know me." But you don't forget a mustache like that. And I made the mistake of telling him once, and my wife said, "He's gonna think you're making fun of him." And I said, "No, I think he understands that I respect a good mustache, being a Tom Selleck fan." So it appears Bill got me a mustache. And some suspenders. Thank you very much. It means a lot.
I think you ought to try it on.
Are you trying to tell me that my pants are too big?
No, you mentioned the suspenders. No.
Well, thank you very much.
And seriously, no, you've got my full blown support. There you go. Yeah.
All right, no RSU 10 report this evening. I did not see a Doug report.
Do you want to just mention the actual vote for the RSU 10 report?
Let's see, for yesterday's vote, Buckfield on question 1 was 107 for yes and 209 for no. Hanover was 9 yes, 18 no. Hartford was 139 yes, 255 no. Mexico is 217 yes, 110 no. I'm surprised we have 110 no's out of Mexico, to be honest with you. Roxbury is 18 yes, 8 no's. Rumford was 374 yeses, 207 no's. Sumner had 36 yes and 57 no's. On question 2, which was they want to try to circumvent where we went the other day to vote down the budget. They want to just have it sent right straight to referendum. So Buckfield was 221 yes, keeping it open, so they have to, the budget has to pass before it goes to referendum. 90 no's. Hanover was 17 yeses, 10 no's. Hartford was 238 yeses, 152 no's. Mexico was 226 yeses, 89 no's. Roxbury was 20 yeses, 5 no's. Rumford was 428 yeses and 150 no's. And Sumner was 80 yeses and 13 no's. So those both. Fortunately, the second one passed. Unfortunately, the first one passed. So there's that. That's your RSU 10 report. They're going to spend $42 million.
Jesse, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a pitbull.
Go ahead.
So the second question was whether or not they can ask us for, they need to get our permission for budget.
Mm-hmm.
Did I correct? So that was a yes, they have to get our permission?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yes, it's
okay,
gonna
that's
stay
good,
the
I just
same.
wanna make sure I
Yeah.
understood that.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
it stays the same the way we do it
The way
for
we
three,
do it.
on the ballot, it said for 3 years.
For 3
Right.
years.
So it looks like you're gonna try again in 3 years
Oh, yeah.
to take it
Okay.
away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So it's a painful meeting, but it's worth going.
I did not get an update from Doug.
No update from Doug.
How did the ladies auxiliary do at the sale?
It went very good. Was it 4,900-ish?
Wow,
dollars?
nice.
So on a rainy day, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a little less than last year. I think we did like 6 last year, but it was pretty good. Yeah. Mr. Corson, roads report.
Yep. Well, I guess I got to talk about the email from Cindy Norton.
Yeah.
So the Bonnie Road, I've been really fighting it, really bad. It's wicked chattery. I just can't get it to smooth out. There's so much traffic on it, and they're right on the throttle and it just chatters it up bad. So I got some calcium. I put that out 'cause it's really dusty, really dry.
Yep.
And I put it out on like Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday we had a real humid days. And that's what that calcium does. It takes the humidity from the air and puts it onto the road. And I used too much.
Yeah.
So it's the first time I ever used it. And she doesn't want any on the road at all.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to some people, and they said to mix it with water, and it works a lot better. I just think that road, I'm gonna need to put it on there because it's not gonna pack in if I don't, when it gets dry here. And it's dusty, it's dangerous.
Right.
If, people are doing, I rolled it today, we graded it and rolled it today, it's awesome right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are doing 60, 70 miles an hour on it now, I know they are. So that makes a lot of dust. So you get 2 vehicles that meet, one's going, the other one's coming this way, and it's dusty, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've gotta figure out how to use this calcium so it don't make a mess in people's hot top driveways and stuff, cause that's what she said it tracked right in on her new sealed driveway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just give me a chance to learn this stuff, and, I think it'll be alright. I'm getting pulled in 20 different directions. People want road signs up for speed limits and stuff. I just don't, I can't keep up with all the, what's going on right now, cause I'm
So you
working
need-
on the Bonnie Road.
I know I meant to text you the other day after I stopped up and talked to you. You should have some standard answers for certain things, like speed limit signs. It's not your department. It's the DOT. It's nothing to do with
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
against the
right.
law for you to even put a sign up. You can replace a sign that has already been deemed, but you have no authority to change a speed limit sign. So if they've got an issue with it, tell them to call the DOT and they can do a speed study, and then they can set the speed limit. You
Okay.
can't set it. So that's a standard answer. If the lady on Fields Hill calls you the 3rd time and rips you a new one, you just say, listen, it's not my department, call the DOT.
But Fields Hill has no speed limit sign at all.
And it's 45 miles an hour.
Okay, so,
Anything that is not like a school zone or like in town, like Auburn, like near like chapels type, like in town, anything that is not posted is 45 miles an hour. Valley Road is 45 miles an hour in front of my house.
yeah, okay.
So I was wrong back before I was doing this when I wanted you to put up a 25 mile an hour speed limit sign. I was asking you to break the law. Forgive me for that one, okay? Because it's not your department. So that, just get some standard answers on stuff like that. It's just not your department.
Okay.
Same thing with easements, you know?
And then you don't have to go chase them.
Yeah.
Right. So that one, when you got certain questions that come up or certain phone calls that come in, it's just, if it's really not your department, it's not your department. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're the road commissioner, but you do not get,
To say on speed
you
limit.
don't get to say on the speed limits. No road commissioner or, you know, Calvin doesn't, he's the public works director for Durham. He doesn't get to decide, it's the DOT.
Yeah.
So, you know, just get some standard answers. Easements, we don't put money into easements unless we're, you know, throwing a load of gravel or what have you. Those roads, we don't maintain them, that sort of thing, so.
Okay, yeah.
So that way you're not, you know, thinking about all the stuff that you don't need to think about, you know?
You can focus on.
Yes,
There's a resident of Bonnie Road that would like to address Sean,
okay,
if she may.
absolutely.
It's really nice.
This is my daughter.
It's better than it was. It's gotta be better than it was.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. People are gonna drive stupid, like you.
Oh, it's crazy. When they see me today, there were some people coming onto me today and they see me and they slam the brakes on, they actually come sideways.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I jumped them so bad.
that doesn't matter if you how much of whatever you put down, you can't fix stupid with tar or with dirt or with potholes, whatever. It's very nice. I very much appreciate it driving a van that does
And I'll
not
try to
grab.
keep it, I'll try to keep it maintained as best I can
It's
at
great.
all times.
It's great. But
Until we get it paid.
right, well that's exactly, Hunter and I were talking about that today, is the amount of work that we've seen you put into Bonnie Road in order to maintain it.
To keep it up.
Right, exactly.
Oh, good, thank you, that helps.
We definitely, we noticed that and we're like, okay, it would make more sense to pave this, that way the upkeep is not as much.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be so hard to maintain it, but there's just so much traffic and fast traffic.
Well, it actually backs up Bill Glass's whole, that the state has a formula, and X amount of traffic means that you are better
You
off.
spend more time maintaining it and more
Yeah.
money than just paving it.
Which is what he's been saying all
And
along.
I would argue with him before this, but now I can see.
So now you have some apologies to
Hunter, you still want it dirt?
Huh?
You still want it to stay dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diane, what days Calvin coming to the office? Is he still, he's on Fridays? You know, Sean, you might wanna stop in on Friday and, talk with, Calvin
But what?
about, roads.
Anything.
Like the calcium or whatever, that's his gig.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, because I right now, I really don't know how many bags I'd put in with the water and, you know, I need to
Yeah,
find all that
yeah.
out, but everybody says it goes in a lot better mixed with water.
Yeah, well, he'll be here Friday.
Yeah,
so-
he's the public works director for Durham, and
Yeah.
he's been in like
Yeah.
he's got experience in all
Oh,
sorts
I
of
didn't
stuff.
realize he was public.
And he did offer
I knew he worked
if,
here, but I
if
thought
we,
it was-
wanted some
what he does,
assistance
yeah.
with anything concerning our roads to.
Cause I got awesome material on it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't beat it, but
Yeah.
there's just a little bit on top that will not pack in. And it gets chattering, and once it starts, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
We'll keep strafing it, you know.
But I got it rolled today, so I wanna see how it's gonna do now.
Yeah.
The best thing now would be to put some calcium on it right now, or let it rain, but I really don't know how to do the calcium yet, so I wanna wait till I know what
I
I'm
think it's
doing.
gonna rain in 2 days, so that'll-
Saturday, we're gonna have rain,
Yes.
so hopefully it holds good until Saturday. Cause really, after a rainstorm, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It packs it right in good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I know there's people that are complaining and what have you, and, you know, you're not gonna please everybody. This is America, we complain about things.
Yeah,
If you weren't doing anything, they'd be complaining you didn't do anything. If you do something, they complain you're doing it wrong. That's just, we're Americans now.
Nature of the beast.
That's just what we do, but I think, honestly, I think the whole thing will probably pass. We've, you know, neglected the roads, and it's time,
yeah.
you can keep kicking the can down the road, but eventually catch up to the can,
So tomorrow, I'm gonna be working on the Gaming Road all day. We're gonna grade that and roll that tomorrow, cause that's bad.
Yeah, perfect.
I have a question.
Yes.
Somebody asked us yesterday, was it you? Okay, about cutting down a tree.
No, I know in the past, we have cleared corners
Right.
of either snow or brush. And so the corner of Lower Sumner Hill has maple trees growing on the corner. And so they're getting to where they stick out, where they're enough that I have to almost pull, or I guess everybody would have to pull up into the road.
To
On
see.
219, looking left or to right?
Looking left, looking toward here.
Yeah, I noticed that.
On top?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's-
but
I
that's
saw that
state,
too, yeah.
right.
that's state there, right?
Yeah.
We did it, but it was the road commissioner who cut those, who cleared
Okay.
the corners.
So you're giving me permission?
I mean, the town owns 15, I mean, even on a state road, don't we have some road in, I mean, it's Lower Sumner Hill, if you clear the Lower Sumner Hill, then you're.
Is it on Lower Sumner
Or
Hill or is it
It's
on
right-
219?
I mean,
It's right
it's
in the corner?
Right
By
in the corner.
Looking this way, you said?
Yeah.
Looking this
Okay.
way, yeah. It's like 4 or 5 maple
They're not even that
saplings.
big. Yeah, they're just
They're
saplings.
just-
Yeah, what I'll do, the guy that owns that land, I'll just ask him just before I do it and
Yep.
make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any others, but I think that's the one that kinda sticks out.
Yeah.
And once the grass gets taller, I'll be out mowing too, so.
Thank you.
All right.
That's it for me.
Sounds good. Brandon Holmes report, month of May. 4 stray or loose animals, 1 remains open on Arthur Allen Road. 1 call for neglect. Upon investigation, it was found that there was no further concerns visible. 4 bite investigations, 3 dogs quarantined, 1 cat attempting to be caught for quarantine. 1 noise complaint with follow-up. It was found that the complainant had been provoking the barking. Might have been my neighbor. Participated in Maine Cares training hosted by ASPAC Pro on 1725. I'm going to assume that's May 1725. Total miles is 254 miles. So that is your ACO report. What else do I have?
No abatements.
Oh, we have abatements. This was the building on somebody else's.
Yep, so there's an abatement and a supplement, so the building's coming off of one, going on the other, and then the third is the acreage was incorrect.
Is this Marcia took up?
Yep.
What's today?
11.
6/11. Look at all these things we got you to sign in on your last official select board meeting. All right, what else do we got?
So it says that we have a draft of the 22, but in fact there is a completed copy of the 2022 audit on the table over there if anybody is
So we have good news.
previewing.
Yeah.
People should be starting to get their annual town reports in the mail as of today, but there is also a copy up there if anybody would like to peruse it.
I received mine today. So we did hire a new auditor and Mindy Sear, right? She was here 3 weeks ago?
3 or 4
3 or 4 weeks ago. She scanned everything that she needed. She was here for the day. I came in and met her. Diane answered all of her questions, and we had a draft report in like not even 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she's ready to start on 23. So we found the right company.
Yeah, she'll be back on the 26th of June to start on the 22-23. Yeah, 22-23 audit.
Yep. So we might get those caught up before fall.
Yeah.
Which would be good. So there's that. We don't have any old business.
Upcoming town meeting.
We have a town meeting coming up. 2 weeks, 6 p.m. Elementary cafeteria. I think Hank said he's bringing lobster rolls. We won't hold you to lobster rolls. If you get cookies, that's fine. That's fine.
And you're gonna bring the beef, right?
That's what it takes to get people there. I'll bring the beef. How's that? Yeah, so we have a meeting coming up on the 24th at 6 p.m. As Jeff requested, we already had it on the agenda, a joint planning board and select board meeting for July 15th, 2025. We have the Board of Appeals still has 1 opening. We'd like a possible couple more, but we'll roll what we have. We have a quorum basically, but we would like to have more, just in the event that somebody's got a conflict of interest. Planning board has 1 opening for an alternate. We may have an opening if Jeff is duly elected on the 24th, then we will have another opening on the planning board. Looking for members for the comprehensive plan committee to update the current comprehensive plan. Was last updated in 2014, so we kind of know what we need to as far as steps goes. Jeff and I and the planning board all met with Erica Buffkins. I knew Buffkins, I was trying to think of her first name. So she kind of gave us the the rundown on what we need to do. So we have I don't know how'd the questionnaires go out? Did we mail
So
those?
the questionnaires are gonna be made available at the town meeting. They're available at the post office and they're available here at the counter,
Okay.
so.
Posted on the website, send out an email.
Yeah, so if you can fill out that questionnaire and get it in so we have as much feedback as what the town wants to see for their comprehensive plan moving forward, that would be helpful. And just a reminder that select board meetings will be held on Wednesday, June 25th. This month we just had elections and town meetings on Tuesdays, so we moved everything to Wednesdays. So the plan was to go over financials for March, April, and May, but Joel had something come up just prior to the meeting here, and Bill says he's not staying. So we are gonna go over financials probably on the 25th of June, I would assume. Anyone have anything else? Yes.
We are hoping to do a snack style potluck after the town meeting. So if anyone watching this video and isn't present here would like to bring cookies, cupcakes, chips, anything like that, they can contact Stacy Wallingford or call the town office.
Perfect. Lobster rolls. All right, Bill, what do you want to do here? You want to keep us going?
No, I think this is good.
You like it?
Yes, I make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, I second it. All in favor? Meeting adjourned at 6:41.